Right now at 5, some state funding to help fight ALS goes into effect today. We'll hear from Senator Tomassoni about the impact it could have. Plus, in the wake of the Supreme Court's ruling on Roe v. Wade, President Biden lays out his plans to help women. But first, celebrations are planned throughout the Twin Ports this holiday weekend. We'll head to Bayfront Park for a look at the festivities.
You're watching Live at 5 on Live Local CBS 3.
Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Rob Coles. It's about to be a very busy holiday weekend in Duluth's Canal Park area. Here's a live look right outside of our studios right now where you can see traffic is already getting a little bit thick ahead of the 4th of July weekend. Now, and a big reason for that is 4 days of back-to-back concerts at Bayfront Park, which we are taking a live look at right now. There will also be the highly anticipated dinosaur exhibit this weekend, just a block away at the deck. Bayfront opened its gates, well, for its first concert this weekend. It was just a couple of minutes ago. That's where we find CBS 3's Nora McCune tonight. Looking pretty packed down there already, Nora.
Yeah, Rob, organizers say around 3,500 people are expected to pack into Bayfront Park tonight for Country Jam. And as you can see, a lot of people have already lined up. They're ready to go. It is a perfect night for a show, if I do say so myself. Another 8,000 will be out here for Hairball on Sunday and 10,000 on Monday for Fourth Fest. Now, organizers say this brings in a lot of money for Duluth and for the deck and local businesses. But with so many people flocking into Canal Park, driving downtown can be a nightmare. We spoke with Deck Communications Director Lucy Admonson today for some tips on how to get down and out of here quickly and safely. She recommends arriving early, like at least 45 minutes early, so you have plenty of time to find parking and get to your show on time. One secret Admonson shares is that there are often open spots at the highest point of the deck parking ramp, so that's a good spot to check in a pinch. She also says there's a new gate entrance to get into Bayfront along the lake walk near the aquarium to help move the process along. But more than anything, she hopes everyone enjoys time off for this holiday weekend.
Come early and make a day of it because you can walk on the lake walk, visit Canal Park, go throw some rocks in Lake Superior with your littles.
When leaving Canal Park, Admonson says if you aren't going on I-35, the higher up Lake Avenue you drive before turning left or right onto a street, the better luck you'll have getting out quickly. And the Skywalk, if you do park downtown, the Skywalk will be open 1 hour after the show ends tonight. That goes the same for Hairball, so that'll be open till 11 p.m. on Sunday, and for Fourth Fest, which will be until around midnight on Monday.
All right, Nora, and what time will everything be kicking off for the rest of the weekend?
Yeah, so on Sunday, Hairball's going to be kicking off at around 3:45, and then Monday you can come down at 4:30 to the same place for Fourth Fest.
All right, thanks, Nora. Coming up, we will hear from someone who traveled all the way from Indiana for this weekend's festivities. And meanwhile, over in Superior, the city's 4th of July parade starts 11 Monday morning on Belknap and Ogden. After that, it's the car and motorcycle show with live music, all before the fireworks show at 10 Monday night. Duluth's fireworks start around 10:10. And the 148th is helping communities all across the Northland celebrate Independence Day. On Monday, pilots will fly their F-16 over northern Minnesota and Wisconsin and the UP. They'll start in Moose Lake around 10:39 Monday morning and finish in Rhinelander around 12:30. We have a full schedule for those flights on our website, cbs3duluth.com. And some good news if you plan to hit the road this holiday weekend. Gas prices seem to be falling slightly around here. In Minnesota, the average price of gas has fallen 3 cents to $4.69 since last week. The average price in Duluth is $4.63. Wisconsin's average dropped 14 cents this past week to $4.66. But there are several gas stations in Duluth and Superior that are selling gas for $4.43. I need to find those. We're going to check in with Dave for a look at the weather.
Yeah, clue me in too when you figure it out.
I was like, where are these? I'm just going to be driving around burning gas trying to find them.
The purpose of saving a few pennies off.
Yeah.
Double-edged sword, just like the weather often is. But the edge of the sword with us right now is the sunny side up. So after several storm chances this week, we finally have calm, pleasant weather. Temperatures are in the 70s at the moment with a clear to partly cloudy sky out there. And that trend should continue through tomorrow. Once we get towards the latter half of the weekend, things may change up. Right now, we've got high pressure to bring sunshine during the daylight hours. tonight and tomorrow and through most of Sunday. But Sunday night, that low off towards the west could be with us, and it'll bring in a late rain chance that could spill into the 4th of July. So tonight, partly cloudy and lows in the upper 40s. Tomorrow, mostly sunny and highs in the lower 70s. Once we get into Sunday, similar temperatures and sky conditions. 4th of July on Monday, now it looks like a 40% chance for showers and maybe an isolated thunderstorm. But the Superior Parade goes off without a hitch, rain or shine. And please go to that parade and wave at me as I drive the Coast Guard auxiliary truck. We'll indeed be running it no matter what happens.
Thanks, Dave. Well, a new poll found abortion and women's rights are of growing concern in the U.S. President Biden laid out his plans to help women following the Supreme Court's decision to overturn Roe versus Wade. CBS's Skylar Henry is at the White House with details.
President Biden says Democrats need to expand their congressional majority in November's midterm elections if they want to guarantee abortion rights across the country.
So the choice is clear. We either elect federal senators and representatives who will codify Roe, or Republicans who will elect the House and Senate who will try to ban abortions nationwide.
1 week since the Supreme Court overturned Roe versus Wade, a new poll found the issue is of growing concern for adults on both sides of the aisle. 22% say abortion or women's rights is a major concern the government should work on in the next year. That's more than double what the poll found just 6 months earlier. On Friday, the president met with 9 Democratic governors about protecting women's rights.
I share the public outrage at this extremist court that's committed to moving America backwards.
Many Republican-led states that have moved to restrict or ban abortion rights argue the federal government should stay out of the decision-making.
Arkansas has made its decision. Other states might look at it differently.
The Democratic governors promised their states will be safe havens for women coming from places that are outlawing abortion.
Because of our location in the southeast, Mr. President, North Carolina is already seeing an influx of patients coming to our state.
We are, in fact, that brick wall against this horrific Supreme Court decision.
President Biden said the federal government will protect women who want to travel to other states to get an abortion. Skylar Henry, CBS News, the White House.
And the president also said his administration will protect women's access to medication through the Food and Drug Administration. And in Minnesota, help has arrived for families battling a debilitating disease. Major funding for ALS, sometimes called Lou Gehrig's disease, approved during this year's legislative session, went into effect today. The bill puts $20 million towards ALS research and $5 million for caregiver support. State Senator David Tomasoni from Chisholm authored the legislation after his own ALS diagnosis last year.
This bill means hope. But imagine a researcher like Dr. David Walk finally having the research dollars necessary to make an unprecedented effort towards finding the cure.
And the money will stay in Minnesota as grants to support research that institutes like the University of Minnesota and the Mayo Clinic are already doing some of that work. Tomasoni retired from the Senate this year after about 3 decades serving on the Iron Range. Still to come on Live at 5, the holiday weekend is finally here, and we've got a roundup of where to catch fireworks coming up in City by City.
Here's an important message from the Diabetes Solution Center. Diabetics understand all too well the pain of pricking your fingers. But now, by wearing a small remote device called a continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, you can immediately reduce your pain. It's easy to use and helps you make more accurate diabetes treatment decisions. If you are testing your blood sugar 4 or more times daily, injecting insulin 3 or more times daily, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetes Solution Center right now to learn about this groundbreaking new CGM technology. And if you have Medicare, you can get a new CGM at little to no out-of-pocket cost. Shipping is free, and we'll even bill your insurance company for you. If you are testing your blood sugar 4 or more times daily, injecting insulin 3 or more times daily, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetes Solution Center right now to learn how you can get your own continuous glucose monitor or CGM at little to no out-of-pocket cost.
Join Numi Jewelers in supporting a great organization with our CASDA balloon event from now through July 26th. When you stop in and make a $50 donation to CASDA, you get to claim a balloon to pop in our in-store event on Tuesday, July 26th. Each balloon has a mystery gemstone inside with a 1 out of 100 chance of being a half-carat rare and forever diamond. Stop in to claim your balloon today and help make a difference in our community. True love is guaranteed at Numi Jewelers.
I'm meteorologist Peter Kivikauskas. Wake up with us here on CBS 3.
Wake up with Natalie and Peter on CBS 3.
Welcome back to the CBS 3 News Live at 5. Here's a live look from Virginia. A warning from law enforcement tonight to take it slow on the roads this weekend. Authorities are expecting a lot of traffic and plan to have extra patrols out to watch for drunk drivers. If you suspect someone may be under the influence and driving, be sure to call 911. Dave will be in with this week's full forecast in just a few minutes, but first let's take a look around the region. Celebrating the 4th of July with a bang from Keewatin to Ironwood, we've got where you can catch this weekend's fireworks in today's City by City. We start in Wisconsin tonight with fireworks Saturday through Monday. Tomorrow you can catch a show in either Birchwood or Ashland. On Sunday, head over to Shell Lake for fireworks and a street dance, or over to the Chippewa Flowage. And on Independence Day, there is a whole day of fun in store for cable and winter, as well as fireworks in Bayfield and musical fireworks on display in Madeline Island. There are also 4th celebrations planned with fireworks in Hayward. Next, we head over to Michigan, where they too are celebrating the 4th of July. Tomorrow, you can catch live music, followed by fireworks in Ramsey. On Sunday in Wakefield, they'll be hosting their all-day 3rd of July events, wrapping up with Lightning Over the Lake fireworks, that display at 10 p.m. And finally, on Monday, the week-long Bessemer Blast celebration wraps up with their Thunder on the Mountain fireworks show. And we wrap up here in Minnesota with fun for everyone. Tomorrow you can catch fireworks in Tower as well as Keewatin, although their parade is Monday. On Sunday, you can spend the whole day celebrating in either Aurora or Eveleth, followed by fireworks, of course. And on the 4th, whether you're in Ely, Virginia, or right here in Duluth, there is a show for everyone to see. A reminder that many local law enforcement are reminding residents of what is legal in Minnesota and recommending you keep the big shows to the pros. And a special shout out tonight to Moose Lake's 4th of July celebration. We previously told you to get your votes in for this year's Grand Marshals, and the Chamber of Commerce selected Greg and Vicki Gamst. The longtime residents were owners of Gamper's Restaurant and Bowling for 40 years. Their connection to the community goes beyond the dinner table, and these days they enjoy spending time with their children, grandchildren, and great-grandchildren. Congrats to the Gamps. Now you can catch the Moose Lake Parade Monday at 10 a.m. And if there's something going on in your neighborhood that you think we should know about, send us an email, and it might be featured as we go around the Northland, city by city. Still to come on Live at 5, a Wisconsin marching band is making a trip to Pasadena for a performance of a lifetime. Hear the excited students in just a few minutes.
Seems like just last week we were talking about ice out, and then you turn around, it's the 1st of July. Temperature today for the 1st of July, 75 degrees, close to normal. I'll talk about temperature trends for the weekend and the Independence Day holiday coming up after our break.
I'm meteorologist Peter Kivikauskas. Wake up with us here on CBS 3.
Wake up with Natalie and Peter on CBS 3.
Oh, somebody ordered DQ.
Fernando, he's here.
The drumstick with peanuts blizzard and new caramel drumstick with peanuts blizzard, both with drumstick pieces and world-famous soft serve. That's 2 DQ All-Stars. Wait, for 2 MLB All-Stars?
No way.
Ooh, play it cool, Mr. Delivery Man.
Thank you, Bobby.
Not so good. Play it cool, big hitter.
Have a good blizzard. Have a great season.
Big day for everybody.
DQ. Happy tastes good.
You built your business here. You're shaping a life, creating a legacy. We only have one question. What will you make next? Make more possible. National Bank of Commerce.
With locations throughout the Northland and northern Wisconsin, Super One Liquor has you covered for all of your party and gathering needs. We have a commitment to deliver outstanding service, variety, and top quality wines and spirits. And don't forget the best variety of ice-cold beer and beverages, all at the low prices you've come to expect. Super One Liquor. Come for the service, leave with the savings.
Mining. It's a part of Minnesota's history that affects everyone in the Northland still to this day. Join me, Kristen Bakke, every Tuesday for Eye on Mining.
Brought to you by Range Regional Airport. Watch Eye on Mining with Kristen Bakke every Tuesday at 10. Only on live local CBS 3.
Coming up, thousands are expected to fill up Bayfront Park this weekend. We have tips on how to manage the traffic coming up.
Finally, a night without a storm chance. We'll talk about how long that's going to last.
Hi, everyone. I'm Natalie Grant. I am so excited to be waking up with you every weekday from 5 to 7 right here on CBS 3.
Wake up with Natalie and Peter on CBS 3. Now, the CBS 3 Duluth WeatherMax forecast with meteorologist Dave Anderson.
June has wrapped up, and we've got a look at the stats then for that month. We'll start by eyeing up the temperature range. The month ran everywhere from 40 to 94 degrees. And then when averaged out, it turns out a departure from normal mean temperature was only plus 0.8 of a degree, and that's on the outer edge of what's considered normal climate variability. Departure from normal precipitation, we were about a third of an inch under where we should be for a normal June, but the way last June ran with that drought, we weren't too far off the mark. Well, July is starting, and it's starting on a cooler note. For the most part, we will be cooler than normal for the week ahead. Good news for some, maybe not such great news for others. Well, there is a chance for rain now on the 4th of July, and we'll talk about that as we get into the forecast. But we start the game here by eyeing up current conditions. It's 73 degrees at the airport in Duluth with a partly cloudy sky. West-northwest winds going 17 miles per hour. Relative humidity is fairly low at 35%, and our air pressure Midland at 29.94 inches of mercury. High enough, though, to put away most of the clouds, so we'll call it higher pressure. And there is a cell of high pressure from Canada that's taken over our region, and it chased away that last low from last night that brought some storms to places in the UP. That's heading off towards the east, and I think this high is going to dominate our weather probably through more portions of Sunday before we get our next low to come around and bring us a rain chance. Because of the high pressure, no, there aren't too many clouds in the sky, and we're not seeing, except for early this morning, some sprinkles along the Canadian border. Well, things have dried up and should stay that way through tomorrow and most of Sunday, like I mentioned. But then the high pressure cell, well, will get a little restless, and it'll move towards the south and towards the east. And that allows then, after we get some sunshine and dry conditions on Saturday, that allows a low pressure system from the west to come around and bring us our next rain chance, which could start late in the day on Sunday, about a 30% shot. Then on Monday, 4th of July, it could create a 40% chance for showers and storms, and may last at least through Tuesday before we dry up once again. So let's find out when the dry line's coming back by eyeing up our 7-day forecast. It begins with the one tonight in Minnesota, where low temps could be as cool as 40 up north near the Canadian border, and then about 42 to 50 for the rest of the state, 51 right by the lake. Partly cloudy sky and a west wind, 5 to 15 for Wisconsin, Michigan. Clear to partly cloudy with low temps there running about 48 to 50, a fairly narrow band. Northwest wind 5 to 15. Tomorrow, mostly sunny sky for Wisconsin and the UP, keeping in mind the normal is 76. We bubble just under that with a range of highs 72 to 75. Northwest wind 10 to 20 might make it feel a little bit cooler than it actually is. Northwest wind 5 to 15 for Minnesotans with 69 to 72 by the lake and 70 to 76 inland. Again, shy of normal for most towns, but close enough to be acceptable. Sunday, the day should be sunny, but in the evening, there are a 30% chance for showers and storms comes back. It sticks around through Monday, starts to depart on Tuesday, and boy, we drop towards 68, 70 for Tuesday and Wednesday, but then we start to warm back up towards normal by next Friday.
All right, thanks, Dave. The DNR is calling for volunteers to help track Minnesota's state bird. For more than 20 years, bird observers have helped gather information about loons on more than 600 lakes statewide. Monitored areas near us include Cook, Lake, and Itasca counties. Data helps the department detect changes in loon populations and identify new management needs. Volunteers will be on the lookout from July 2nd through the 12th. We have more details about how to sign up at cbs3duluth.com. And here's a live look at the Blotnick Bridge tonight. Before the bridge goes under major construction in 2028, MnDOT is taking public comments. They want to know what you think about several proposed alternatives to the interchanges in the area. We have a link to where you can review those options and share your thoughts at cbs3duluth.com. And it's a day of celebration for Northern Wisconsin Marching Band. Students with the Northwoods Marching Band just learned they get to perform at the Tournament of Roses Parade in California in January. That's right before the big Rose Bowl college football game. The Northwoods Marching Band includes students from 8 high schools like Wausau, Antigo, and Eagle River. The parade's organizer is actually from Eagle River, and she felt it was time for these kids and their hard work and these hardworking kids from northern Wisconsin to get some time in the spotlight.
I couldn't be more proud. These kids are representing not only their schools, they're representing their communities, they're representing the state of Wisconsin and the entire Midwest when they're coming out to Pasadena.
During the parade, the band will perform Beautiful Wisconsin, which was composed by a retired UW marching band director. Still to come, edibles and drinks infused with THC become legal in Minnesota. We break down the new law next.
Find the home of your dreams with Homes by Edmunds. Whether you're buying or selling, trust Duluth's oldest real estate company, Homes by Edmunds, LLP. Sunday mornings at 10:30 on CBS 3.
Northwest Outlet is ready for summer. Are you? Our massive selection of summer North Face and Columbia fashions in stock in all sizes to 5X for men, women, and kids. Check out tees, capris, sweats, shorts, wind, rain, fleece jackets, and UPF and sun-rated clothing. Get darn tough and smart wool socks, rain gear, and rubber boots for the whole family, and that includes the kids. Get your truck decked out with ARE truck toppers, liners, and lids, and their complete line of truck accessories ready to go. Northwest Outlet, your summer fun headquarters in Superior. Remember, you can shop 24/7 online.
So excited for Big Brother 24. What I'm looking for the most is showmances. I love showmances so much.
I want to see these cast members play cutthroat.
No one cares.
Backstabbing.
She betrayed you.
And then the drama starts.
You wanted me out. I sent you home.
To see what Julie is wearing each week.
When Big Brother starts, the summer is officially here.
The new season of Big Brother starts Wednesday at 8/7 Central on CBS.
Hi, Gail King here, inviting you to join us every morning right here on CBS. We'll have the important stories and the interviews, all the news that matters really, and best of all, we'll have a good time together. We like to do that. And now you can find us anytime you want on the new Paramount Plus app. So we'll see you every morning right here on CBS. I thought that one was pretty good.
Dear Lifehouse, when people ask who raised me, I say you.
I was homeless, lost, and alone.
You helped me find my way.
You helped me up.
I started to believe someone could love me.
I'm doing things I never thought I could.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Lifehouse has been rooted in hope for 30 years, with a mission to reconnect homeless and street youth to their dreams. We never give up on our youth. Ever.
Ernie Johnson and Charles Barkley welcoming you back to Susan's Cubicle here in Accounts Payable.
All that work, just terrible for her posture and circulation.
Are you kidding me? She set herself a reminder to get out of that chair and move.
Uh-oh, it's Karen from the IT department.
But Susan tosses her a no-look wave.
Susan's putting on a clinic.
Stand Up to Cancer and Optum want to help you reduce your risk for cancer. Visit takeahealthystand.org.
We've got new information now explaining why.
Why should ordinary Americans care what's happening here in Ukraine?
Deep divisions remain.
Elizabeth, why did they kick you out?
They are expecting public unrest.
Why are they releasing these videos now?
Police are pushing us back.
We found one hell of a story of survival.
That's why you have to do your own research to get to the truth.
Starting today, a new law means Minnesotans can buy snacks or drinks with THC. That's the ingredient in marijuana that creates a high. There are high expectations for a big change, especially from local stores that can now sell those products. But as our sister station in Minneapolis explains, this is not an automatic green light to legalize pot in Minnesota.
On July 1st, Minnesota for the first time will regulate the sale and substance of food and beverages made from extracts of hemp, a much less intense but still potent cousin of marijuana.
I'm on to do the crunchy bars. These are good.
Mason Alt's Retro Bakery already in production and eager to meet the new law's standards, including child-proof packaging and a barcode to check important information about ingredients in lab testing. The amount of THC limited to just 5 milligrams per serving, no more than 50 milligrams per package.
This is a really good middle ground for all those people who are like, I think I could benefit from this plant or from THC, but now, but it's illegal, you know, and I have morals.
Before we move on, let's get one thing clear. This shirt, this story, total coincidence. What's not a coincidence, though, this color, this crop, it is a cash crop. According to the U.S. government, industrial hemp worth $824 million in 2021. And in Minnesota, more than 2,600 acres are devoted to growing hemp. That's the 5th most in the country. Senate Republicans this year blocking a bill to legalize pot in Minnesota, but experts telling us this new law more about consumer protections than a prelude to anything else.
Before this law was passed, these products were already being consumed and sold in Minnesota, many of them from out-of-state businesses. So this will now provide the guidance, the Board of Pharmacy, to enforce these consumer protection.
If the legislature were to take further action on hemp or pot this year, it would need to be done in a special session, making it more likely the issue will come up again next year.
On this Friday night, record holiday travel, millions of Americans are heading out of town this weekend. We'll warn you about potential bumps in the road. And the new severe weather warnings just coming in. That's tonight on the CBS Evening News.
Closed captioning is brought to you by Essentia Health Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. When joint pain or injury becomes too much to bear, turn to Essentia Health's expert team to keep you moving forward.
I got my start in weather drawing maps for Jack McKenna. When he retired, Carol Hall took me under her wing and got me ready to go on the air. That was 30 years ago in March 1992. Since then, I've covered weather warm enough for thunder on New Year's Eve to cold snaps deep enough to set state records on Groundhog's Day. The journey has taken me from rookie to longest-serving meteorologist in the Northland.
Congrats, Dave, on 30 years.
Okay, Dad. 1, 2, 3. You saved me. Dad?
Are you okay?
I'm fine, dear. Your hero needs you now, and AARP is here to help. Find the care guides you need at aarp.org/caregiving.
Heart attacks and strokes happen, even in the midst of COVID-19, and at least one will occur while you're watching this. Heart attacks and strokes are medical emergencies. If you experience symptoms of a heart attack or stroke, do not delay seeking care. Call 911 immediately. Hospitals are prepared and can safely treat you. Visit cdc.gov/coronavirus to learn more.
What are you learning from Girls on the Run?
Never give up.
Beyond this gate is actually the border with Ukraine. We've seen people not just opening their hearts to Ukrainian refugees, but their homes. Where will you go?
I'm here for you.
I'm meteorologist Peter Kevikauskas. Wake up with us here on CBS 3.
Wake up with Natalie and Peter on CBS 3.
Welcome back to the CBS 3 News Live at 5. Here is a look at Canal Park this Friday evening. You can see traffic is picking up just a little bit ahead of the 4th of July weekend. Now, a big reason for that is several days of back-to-back concert at Bayfront Park and a highly anticipated dinosaur exhibit this weekend just a block away at the deck. Country Jam is tonight at Bayfront, followed by Hairball on Sunday and Fourth Fest on Monday. If you're looking for fireworks on Independence Day, Superior's will be around 10 o'clock and Duluth shortly after at 10:10. And here is a live look at the Can of Worms interchange tonight. As always, before a big holiday weekend, local law enforcement is reminding drivers to be safe. Authorities are expecting a lot of traffic and plan to have extra patrols out to watch for drunk drivers. If you suspect someone may be driving under the influence, be sure to call 911. And that is your news at 5. The CBS Evening News is next, but after that, we'll see you back here at 6.